Hello folks, and welcome to this video. So in this video I've come to this beautiful area in Hyderabad called the Tirumala Hills. Very peaceful area, very close to my house. Now in the last video I was told that there's a lot of background noises. So I've come to this area because there's not much people around here and I can actually shoot this video in peace. Now I've ridden my bike, I've ridden my Xpulse for about 1,000 kilometers now, and in this video I plan to tell you 9 negatives, 9 disadvantages, 9 cons of owning the Xpulse. So for me, the first disadvantage of the Xpulse has to be its seat. The seat, as you can see here, is pretty narrow. It's not wide. It's nice and long, but it's not wide, so it just does not give you the most comfortable position, the most comfortable seat to ride on. This has to be my first disadvantage of owning the bike. Now the second disadvantage that I can think about has to be the headlight of the Xpulse. Now this is an OLED unit, but it's just not strong enough. The light has a decent throw, but it's not wide. You can see things straight, but not on the sides. So the second disadvantage for me has to be this headlight that Hero has given to the Xpulse. Now the third disadvantage that I can think about of the Xpulse has to be its engine. Now this is a 199cc engine that comes with 18 bhp something of power and about 16.45 Newton meters of torque. It has a 5-speed gearbox, but somehow the engine is not good for someone who likes to tour, who likes to cruise at say 90 plus kilometers per hour. But then for someone like me who likes to cruise at about 65, 70, 75 max, this is a good engine. But for anyone looking to cruise at anything above 90 kilometers per hour, this is not the engine for you. The fourth disadvantage that I can think about has to be the seat height. Now I'm 5 feet 6 inches tall, and I am somehow able to tiptoe and manage this bike. But for anyone who is shorter than me, this bike could be, the height of this bike, the height of the seat of this bike could be an issue. So for me, the next disadvantage has to be the seat height of this bike. The fifth disadvantage that I can think about has to be the quality of the paint that's used in the lower part of the body. Now there are a lot of places on the Hero Xpulse's body jahan pe there's rust issues. Like you can see formation of rust over here somewhere inside. I'm sure the camera is not able to capture it, but then yes, there is rust on the bike. You can see that paint come off on the gear lever, and you can also see some rust on the disc brake. So I told about this to the service center guys, but they had no clue about it. I've been using the spray called the WD-40, and it's pretty handy, and I believe it has helped me stop even further formation of rust on the bike. So the kind of paint that was used on the bike, I believe, is not that great, because of which there is rust formation, and at certain places the paint has already come off. It's just 2 months that I've taken the bike, and I can see that the quality of the paint is not that great. Now the next disadvantage that I can think about has to be the brakes. The stopping power of the brakes is not that great, especially the one in the front. There are a lot of times when I am not really confident about the kind of stopping power that the front brake would give me. So this is obviously an issue for me. The next disadvantage, the next con for me has to be the power of the brakes. Brakes are not that good. The eighth disadvantage for me has to be the kind of heat that this engine throws out. Especially in traffic conditions, there's just too much heat that will come onto your legs. So I am not sure how the heat management system has been done on this engine, but the engine gets very hot, and the kind of hot air that comes onto your legs is at times unbearable. So the heat of the engine has to be the eighth disadvantage of owning an Xpulse. It's pretty good on highways and all, but when you're in city, the kind of heat that comes onto your legs is not good. The final disadvantage, the ninth disadvantage that I can think about of the Hero Xpulse has to be the service and the availability of spare parts for the Hero Xpulse. Now, Hero is pretty good in their sales department, but their after sales and service is just not good. The service people would just do their basic task and would do nothing. For instance, I remember asking them to remove off those extra stickers that the showroom guys had put. They just did not do it. There was this plastic wrap around the crash guard. I want them to remove that. They just didn't do it. I mean, I had asked them to remove it, but my request was just ignored. I am also not sure of the quality of some of the parts on the bike. Now you can see here, there was this plastic kind of a thing that was put on over here, and it has come off. Now I went to the service center. I went to the spares at the service center and asked them for this part. They said we do not get just this part, and I'll have to take the switch unit. But it's not available. It's not available anywhere in Hyderabad. So the kind of spares that are available for this bike is not good. Just to get this part, I'm being asked to wait for about 10 days, and they say they'll have to order it from Delhi, and once it comes only, they'll be able to put it on the bike. Now, another shocking experience that I had when I went to the Hero service center here in Hyderabad to get this replaced was when they asked me to keep the bike for about 10 days at the service center until this part comes. They want me to keep the bike at the service center. Once it comes, they'll have it fixed. So I am not sure what logic they have in it, but just to get this little part replaced, they want me to keep the bike at the service center for about 10 days. Now, those were the 9 disadvantages that I could think about the bike. So we have a long ride coming up in the month of December, in 2020 December. We would be going to Goa from Hyderabad, and I will be taking this bike. I just want to make sure that everything is just perfect before I leave for the ride. You know, that engine kill switch and all. I just want everything to be just perfect before I leave for the ride. Yeah, so these were the disadvantages, but then I'd still say it's a very decent bike, a very good price, a very good bike for the price that you pay. I've listed out 9 disadvantages. I'm pretty sure I can list out many more advantages of this bike. So until I make another video, until then, please take care. Goodbye.